What's up, y'all? I hope y'all having a pretty good day. It's Sunday, so we kind of having a slow news day today. But hey, look, I'm gonna keep you up to date. I'm gonna keep you informed. This is Logical Response, a logical analysis of political news. Logical Response. So, if you want to keep up to date with political news, this is the place to be. Don't forget, smash that subscribe button if you're new around here, and turn on notifications to keep up to date. And also, smash that like button too if you don't mind. It would be a big favor to me. It helps out the channel. So I'm going to change the format up a little bit. I'm not going to rant today. I'm just going to get straight into the freaking news. So, alright, so check this out. Blinken defends bypassing Congress to sell weapons to Israel and presses lawmakers to help Ukraine. Yes, they are very, very adamant about Ukraine. They want to send more money to Ukraine for some reason. We'll get into that, though. Let's check this story out, y'all. Secretary of State Antony Blinken on Sunday defended the emergency sale to Israel of nearly 14,000 rounds of tank ammunition, also called for quick congressional approval of more than $100 billion in aid for Israel and Ukraine and other national security priorities. We all know what that is. That's that gigantic $106 billion aid package they want to send to Israel. $14 billion for Israel. I forget, what was it, 70-something billion dollars for Ukraine. It's like, are these people really insane? The rest of it is going to be sprinkled out here and there, a little bit for the border, a little bit for the Indo-Pacific defense, which, you know, I think we're doing pretty good over there. I don't know what's really going on. They believe China is going to make a move on Taiwan, which it does appear that they will at some point, but it doesn't really look like it's coming anytime soon, to be honest. They're not building up any forces. They're just doing the same old hit-and-run tactics that kind of go into their air defense zone and then come right back out just to have Taiwan scramble some jets. So that's not really that pressing of a matter, in my opinion. And like I've stated before on this channel several times, we already have everything we need to defend the border. There's a law that actually defines operational control. We need to implement and maintain operational control, which basically states that nobody or nothing comes across that southern border without us knowing about it or allowing it to come over, which is almost impossible. But the reason they put that in place is so that we can at least attempt to get that done. Build a wall. That will help greatly, but they don't seem to care about that. The Biden administration has shown time and time again that it does not care about border security. But let's keep going, y'all. Blinken said that the needs of Israel's military operations in Gaza justify the rare decision to bypass Congress. Yes, so it just said, screw me and you. In other words, Congress says it doesn't care what Congress thinks, which, you know, the executive branch does have the power to do that, but it flies in the face of the American people. It's basically Joe Biden spitting in our face, giving us the finger, saying, screw you, America. We don't need your approval. We're going to do this anyway. Israel is in combat right now with Hamas, he said during a television interview. And we want to make sure that Israel has what it needs to defend itself against Hamas. And I'm sorry, have you ever heard of any situation where tanks are used in somebody's homeland for defense against a terrorist organization that pretty much all they can do is lob rockets? I'm sorry. These tank ammunitions that they're sending to Israel is totally just ridiculous, the reason they're stating. If you want to say that you're sending these tank ammunitions so Israel can go into Gaza, which is not defensive, and destroy shit, tell us that. Don't lie to us and say it's for Israel's defense. I'm sorry, man. This whole Israel-Hamas thing, it's getting way out of hand. We've got the UN, implementing Article 99, which I still don't know what that means exactly, but they're basically saying that Israel's committing war crimes against, because they're killing civilians in mass numbers. It's for every 3 people that get killed, only one of them is some Hamas fighter or commander or something like that. So that means there's a 2-to-1 civilian ratio here. That's nuts, man. And they're justifying this completely. The tank, ammunition, and related support constitute only a small portion of military sales to Israel, Blinken said, and that the rest remains subject to congressional review. Oh, why not just bypass Congress altogether, Joe? Yeah, because you'll get freaking impeached for that. It's very important that Congress's voice be heard in this, he said. Right. That's why you just bypassed Congress, huh? To sell them some tank ammunition. It's very important that your voice be heard, but screw you, get the hell out of the way so I can do this. That's basically what he's saying there. Pisses me off. The decision to proceed with the sale of more than $106 million for tank shells came as the Biden administration's larger aid package is caught up in a debate over U.S. immigration policy and border security, which, like I've stated before, is totally unnecessary. Don't know why they're holding that over our head for some reason. It's all a dog whistle, man. It's to get us riled up, and so we don't feel so bad when they give Ukraine all this goddamn money. Blinken noted that President Joe Biden has said he is willing to make significant compromises to get the aid package moving. It's something the president is fully prepared to engage on, Blinken said. Senator Mitt Romney said there is bipartisan agreement that something has to be done to address record numbers of migrants crossing into the United States from Mexico. Yes, and once again, like I've said before, if the Biden administration wouldn't be doing this, we wouldn't have that issue. Yes, this is a video if you haven't seen it. This right here, what you're seeing on screen right now, is CBP agents using a forklift to lift a fence over the U.S.-Mexico border in Texas to allow illegal immigrants, to allow people to cross over becoming illegal immigrants into the United States. These are not citizens of the United States of America. That is what is going on at the southern border. The Biden administration does not care about that southern border. Otherwise, they wouldn't be doing this. They would be continuing to finish building that wall. They would not be allowing so many of these migrants to come into this country. If you really, really want all these migrants to come in, do something more about it. Put in a request for more of those parole judges to be put in place so we can get more migrants coming into this country legally. We don't need all these illegal migrants here. Some of those people are bringing drugs by the truckloads over here to kill Americans. Other Congress people have said this is an invasion. I've seen it with my own eyes. I believe it. We want to solve that to secure the border. I just saw the President of the United States say we've got to secure the border. He's right. No, I'm sorry. The President saying we've got to secure the border is a joke. So any effort that doesn't do that will be rejected by Republicans, Romney said. The stakes are especially high for Ukraine, Blinken said, given that we are running out of funding for the Ukrainians. Why? I'd like to know why. This is a time to really step up, because if we don't, we know what happens. Russian President Vladimir Putin will be able to move forward with impunity, and we know he won't stop in Ukraine. I would really love for one of those bastards to give me some proof that Russia is going to go anywhere past where he's at right now. I really don't think that he's going to do that. Otherwise, he would have made some sort of move in the past 2 years that he's been over there to go further past where he's at right now. Those lines of control have not changed. Do you really think that Russia does not have the will or the manpower to push further into Ukraine? And do you really think, like he said, and he won't stop in Ukraine, where else is he going to go? Someone in the comments, if you are on the side of Ukraine, where is Russia going to go past Ukraine? Where's it going to go past where they're at right now? They're going to go into NATO territory, which is going to trigger Article 5, which is going to start World War III, which will cause the destruction of Russia. Vladimir Putin knows that. He's not going to do that. He's not that stupid. Just because somebody is evil doesn't mean that they're an idiot. People dog Trump for that all the time, saying these people are very smart. Just because you say somebody is very smart does not mean that you like them or that you agree with them. It just means that those people are not stupid. Putin is not stupid. He might be evil, but he is not stupid. He is not going to go into NATO territory. I do not know why these people act like they're so worried about this. The logical explanation for that is they want to make money through the military-industrial complex. That's all it is. The military-industrial complex is fine. They would do just fine without sending all this BS aid to Ukraine. $76 billion. Do you know how much we've spent over there in Ukraine since that war started? $113 billion. Yeah, they want to send $76 billion. That's 75%. Just under, let's say 70% of what we've already spent in 2 years. That is an insane number. Congress already has allocated 111, no, get it right, it's 113 billion to assist Ukraine. And Biden's budget director, Shalanda Young, said in a letter this past week to House and Senate leaders that the U.S. will run out of funding to send weapons and assistance to Ukraine by the end of the year, which would kneecap Ukraine on the battlefield. Who cares? But Senator J.D. Vance said the administration has yet to justify additional aid to Ukraine. Exactly. All they can say is, oh, well, Putin ain't going to stop. He's going to keep going. Where? I would really love for somebody to tell me where he's going to go. So what we're saying to the president and really to the entire world is you need to articulate what the ambition is. What is 61 billion going to accomplish that 100 billion hasn't, Vance said. Yeah, I'm sorry, 61 billion. The original proposal was for 76. I apologize, got the number wrong. It must have been updated. Senator Chris Murphy said the money would make a difference because Russia is struggling to fund its war effort. It can change the outcome of this war, Murphy said. Prove it. Because at the very same time that we are making a renewed commitment to Ukraine, Russia's ability to continue to fight this war is in jeopardy. Let them falter. We do not need to fund these people. I'm sorry. That's some bullshit right there. That is complete bullshit. My own view is that it's very much in America's interest to see Ukraine successful and to provide the weapons that Ukraine needs to defend itself. Anything other than that would be a huge dereliction of our responsibility, I believe, to the world of democracy, but our own national interest, he said. What democracy are you talking about? Ukraine claims to be democracy, but as we all well know, that is not democracy. When you outlaw other political parties, that is not a democracy. When you shut down all the media, consolidated all to one state-owned, state-run media, that is not a democracy. When you shut down and outlaw religious institutions like the Orthodox Catholic Church, that is not a democracy. So get it out of your mind that Ukraine is some bastion of democracy. It's not. These are not people that we need to be helping like this. Hey, look, I was right there when Russia invaded. Yeah, sure, let's help them fight them back. Okay? But it's getting out of hand at this point. I really don't care anymore, because this place is, like I've said, it's not a bastion of democracy. These people are corrupt. They are using our money to fund their own wealth. It's bullshit, and we need to get out of there. We could care less what Russia does over there. I believe, it's my personal belief, Russia's not going to go anywhere past where they're at right now. Otherwise, they would have. Blinken appeared on ABC's This Week and CNN's State of the Union. Romney and Murphy were on NBC's Meet the Press. Okay, if I would have known that, I would have ended this video a long time ago. Sorry, I thought there was more to that story. But that's all I got, y'all. Let me know what you think about all this. Like I said, somebody please articulate to me a very good reason that they think that Russia is going to trigger Article 5 of NATO's Constitution and start World War III, which would end with Russia's demise. Somebody explain that one to me, why they think that Putin is going to do that. Why they think that Putin would think that's a good idea. And why is Ukraine so important? So what if Russia keeps their stinking little land bridge to Crimea? Who gives a damn? That is not our concern, to be uploading $176 billion to help them do something that it's not in our interest. I really don't see how it's in our interest. Like I said, if you can articulate how that advances American interests, I would love to hear it. Really love to hear it. Let me know down in the comments. And that's all I got for this one, you guys. Y'all try to have a good day and try to be positive. Peace.